Texas Penal Code, failure to identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refused to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person. I am not under arrest. We got peoples in charge of us who don't even know the laws themselves, but I'll quote them for them, you hear me? I'll quote them for them and let them read them, you hear me? Yes, look at them. Look at them, straight tyranny.
What's up guys, Enigma here, and I'm a qualified body language analyst. And today we're going to be looking at an amazing video of a man roasting two cops who are trespassing on his private property. When told to leave, they refuse. So let's take a look at what happened next.
Now, do you have a search warrant to be on my property?
Okay. I do not, okay?
Okay, so...
But, listen to me, alright? If you can just provide this information for me, your IDs, if you live here...
I'm not providing you nothing, man. Matter of fact, get off my property right now if you don't have a search warrant.
Sir, I'm
asking you nice.
And I was asking you nicely as well.
Hey, sir, all I'm saying, if you don't have a search warrant, paperwork to be on my property, what crime do you suspect
okay,
suspect me of committing?
That I have right now is y'all failure to identify.
So the funny thing about this is that when the man asks if he has a search warrant, the cop absolutely freezes up, and the interesting thing is how he's chewing his gum. In body language, we do what's called pacifying behaviors, which are basically the ways of calming us down when stressed. The cop clearly isn't used to people standing up for themselves, and he's taken aback by it. The playing with the gum is him releasing the stress. He's getting frustrated or angry by the man's response. This cop is clearly a cyclist who rides a bike to work in the mornings. You can clearly see the square crease lines on his arms, which would be formed when clothes are tightly compact or compressed in either a bag or a locker, showing that he doesn't change into his uniform at home, but either takes them into work in his bag or keeps them stored in his work locker. He then changes into them when he gets to work. It's just a deduction.
Okay, 38.02, failure to identify. One must already be under arrest for a crime that he has committed. What crime have I committed?
Failure to identify.
No, that's not a crime. That only becomes a crime once one has already lawfully... Be quiet. Let me educate this one. You hear me? Let me educate him. 38.02, failure to identify. Only becomes a crime when one has already been lawfully arrested for a crime. Let me give you an example, sir, since I don't know who you is.
Detained.
Huh?
And what about detained?
I love how this guy nearly calls him a something before refraining. This woman is doing a power pose, showing that she's scared or nervous about the cops being there. Hands on the hips are the way our brain tries to give us a boost in confidence and security when we're lacking in it. Also, the cop is maintaining significantly above average eye contact. This could be for two reasons. One, to intimidate. Eye contact is very intimidating, especially coming from a figure of authority. And I wouldn't put it past this cop to try it, as he clearly doesn't take his job seriously. And two, he's scared and is desperately trying to assess the situation to try and make himself not look like an idiot. I think both are likely, as he does know that he's messed up, but he isn't mature enough to apologize and admit that.
What am I being detained for?
You were detained because you were on a suspicious activity.
No. What penal code? You got to name a penal code that I've committed. That is the crime. Name a crime that I committed. You hear me? Name a crime that I committed other than being black and walking down this driveway.
You were detained for suspicious behavior.
Hey, Shoemaker. Shoemaker, don't do that, brother. Don't do that.
So this second cop knows that he did wrong and messed up, but still fights his case. He can't make eye contact with the man, showing either shame or fear. If he knew that he was in the right, he would make normal levels of eye contact, but he looks away because he finds the situation stressful. It's so funny how both cops are doing the complete opposites in terms of body language. One defaults to fighting the situation by making extreme levels of eye contact, and the other tries to run away by avoiding it.
And what I'm telling you is 38.02. Baby, come here. Can I Google and show you guys?
Go ahead and Google.
Okay, I'm finna show you guys, because you're dealing with the wrong one. That's why you guys mad at me, because you won't be able to handle me like you handle the other ones, because I'm on top of my game. I know you see the gold teeth, the tattoos, and immediately think I'm another plain, normal, regular black guy. No, player, wrong one. But let me educate you guys today. You hear me? Because that shit don't, y'all time of running things, it has came to a closure, bro. Let me show you.
Look at their feet, and no, I don't mean anything saucy. The first cop has one foot pointed towards the house, showing that that's where he wants to travel. The other dude has his foot pointing away. He wants to leave, which is backed up with the lack of eye contact that he's making. One wants to continue, and one wants to get away. The first cop also has his thumbs in his pockets, but the rest of his fingers out. This is a sign of low confidence. He's clearly feeling threatened by this man knowing his rights and standing up for himself.
38.02. Okay, Texas Penal Code 38.02. Let me read it to you so you can be educated. Do you want to purchase data? No, I do not. Not now. Texas Penal Code, failure to identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refused to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person. I am not under arrest.
I mean, there you have it. He quite literally quoted the law back at them. So what would any mature and sane adult do when proven to be wrong? Why, they deny it, of course.
Correct.
You have to for what? Because this is proof right here, Marlon, of what we're dealing with. This is proof what we're dealing with. We got peoples in charge of us who don't even know the laws themselves. But I'll quote them for them. You hear me? I'll quote them for them and let them read them. You hear me? Yes, look at them. Look at them. Straight tyranny.
So both of the cops are now showing body language of utterly defeated people. The first cop does a distancing behavior when he gets called out. He looks away and then walks back to the car. He doesn't apologize for being wrong and basically just harasses this man. The other cop is doing a grounding behavior. He has to support himself by holding his head with his hands. And he's also folding his arms. These are all traits of someone with incredibly low confidence. And all this shows is that both of them know that they're in the wrong. This is not the finest example of the American police, but sadly this is just the tip of the iceberg. The quality of American policing is renowned for being terrible, and these guys aren't doing it any favors. I'm not hating on the police, the vast majority do their jobs with great skill and professionality. However, there is a significant number within the organization that abuse their powers. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.